biggest show of 2003 was Wicked, a $14 million gamble that reflects how art and commerce intersect on Broadway. Developed by Hollywood producer Mark Platt, Wicked is the second Broadway production backed by Universal Studios.
A film can generate an awful lot of money very quickly, almost immediately, over a 3-day weekend. The scariest thing about the theater is it could open and nobody saw what you saw, and in a very short time, it's just gone. So they did, which there ever was, the enemy of all of us, giving up his head.
Wicked is a traditional book musical adapted from an original novel. Its commercial appeal lies in America's fascination with the Wizard of Oz. But producing a magical fantasy on Broadway means confronting a harsh economic reality.
The theater is a handmade enterprise. There are no economies of scale or economies of technology. Costumes, sets are handmade, created for the particular show. It's a highly labor-intensive process.
Wicked strikes me as huge. I've never been in anything, well, this kind of spectacular nature.
I mean, the first notes of the show with the orchestra go like.
It's an enormous show. I don't think the enormity of it really hits you until you do a run through and go, oh, now I see the overview.
Monkeys fly and there are magic tricks. There were so many visual demands that it was going to be hard to tell much more from a workshop. Therefore, for better or worse, we had to do a production.
San Francisco is really an old-fashioned pre-Broadway tryout. Used to be you would go to a few different cities and then come in. You'd work on it out of town away from sort of New York vultures. You're really coming together to go into New York and face what is an enormous amount of pressure.
You must take a show out of town. You're creating something brand new. And you must have the ability to work on that piece of material, to change something, to add a song, to throw out a scene, to change a performer if necessary. And you can't do that on 45th Street.
San Francisco is about gathering information. You really have to find a way to process the information, listen to the audience, listen to ourselves and our instincts, and say, okay, now where do we want to go with this?
So I didn't explain that very well.
During the 8 weeks before opening night, scenes were cut. New dialogue and songs were written, and 4 parts were recast, including the role of the wizard.
You work right into the bitter end. There's a phrase that says that the show is frozen, which we try to do a few days before opening, but really, you're tweaking that show until the critics come.
Popular, I'll help you be popular. Hang with our right cohort, be good at sports, know the slang you fought without. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Tonight is opening night, day before Halloween.
You only have one opening night. And it will never be like this again.
It's either live or die by opening night. Something that could have been 5 years in coming, and $10 million can go down in 2 hours.
I know about popular, and with minutes for me to be who you'll be, instead of dreary who you were so far. There's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular.
Tonight we'll know what some of our critics feel, but hopefully it is the perception that the people have that above all else will survive and whatever the critics think.
Up here! Elsie!
celebrities will be out, and I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but we're doing our show. We're telling this story. We're asking people to go on this.
I think it's bigger than us now.
Wizard that there is or what is ever gonna bring me down.
In their reviews of the show, critics were divided. But in its first holiday season at the Gershwin Theater, it broke box office records. According to the producers, the show will recoup its $14 million investment in